and not that one. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another WWE Fantasy Log. This is the show where we, collectively, the League of Opinionated Gentlemen, sit back and score our WWE Fantasy League, while also talking about the goings-on in wrestling. This is, of course, our monthly or semi-monthly special, depending on the month, where we take a Thursday night and we go over the recent pay-per-view event. In this case, WWE Fastlane 2017. Of course, this coming Saturday night, per the usual, we will be scoring the remainder of the week, Raw, SmackDown, and 205 Live. So stay tuned for that if you want to see the news and our reactions to the goings-on in the last few programs. Tonight, there will not be news, and we will be limiting ourselves just to Fastlane. So we're going to cover that, just to get that done. Joining me, as always, are Jeff and John.
Hello.
All right. And we're just going to go ahead and dive on into this.
Do it.
We shall do it. So, first off, I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick recap of the scores. Open up with that. Let me hit this. As much as you do that, it's not going to fix them, Jeff. You need thicker glasses. Anyway, as you can see, the score stand as follows. Still currently in the lead at 26-34 is the Certified Lunatic. I should say, sorry, Certified Jerichoholic. I changed the name. Certified Jerichoholic. Followed by the Hug Life at 22-25, and the ROS trailing at 18-06, although that will be drastically changing. As this pay-per-view was mostly Jeff.
So was Raw.
And well, we're not there yet. That's on Saturday, so stay tuned. Right now, we're focused on pay-per-view, and John got a little bit out of this too. I got completely shafted, but given my lead, that's not a big deal.
And I will say you're welcome to John, because I convinced Jim to give you extra points that normally he wouldn't.
Okay.
You did?
Yep. We'll get to that when we get into the pre-show.
Okay, then. So, I will also go ahead real quick while I have this up and click over here. Just a quick check of the leaderboards. As you can see, the WWE World Champion Bray Wyatt still in the lead at 264 points, followed by Gentleman Jack Gallagher at 255, AJ Styles at 198, the Raw Women's Champion Bayley at 178, the Monster Braun Strowman at 173, John Cena coming in at 169, followed by the former SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi at 158, SmackDown's up-and-comer Baron Corbin at 152, Dolph Ziggler at 150, and the Universal Champion Kevin Owens just barely holding on at 142.
That's going to change.
We shall see. So, this Fastlane is coming to you from the BMO Harris Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So, the kickoff show opens. And Mick Foley is backstage with Stephanie on speakerphone. And Stephanie is chewing him out about making sure tonight runs smoothly. And that, she's not there because her plane has been delayed. Mick Foley tells her to hold on as he is joined by Jinder Mahal, who politely informs him that he and Rusev are no longer a tag team. And that he needs singles competition. Rusev walks in from the other side of the room with Lana in tow and says the same. So Foley tells each of them that they will have impromptu singles matches tonight on the pay-per-view. And that they can go out together and they can decide between themselves which one of them is going to compete first. Stephanie gets left hanging on the phone as they all walk out of the room. Samoa Joe does an interview backstage where he talks about putting Seth Rollins out of action and aligning himself with Triple H, going on about how, he took an opportunity that anybody would have taken in that same situation. And he knows what he has to do to advance his career. So, promo points to Samoa Joe.
And Rusev and Jinder Mahal.
And Rusev and Jinder Mahal.
And Lana.
Lana didn't say anything.
No.
Lana just stood there and looked pretty.
Thank you for showing up points to Lana.
Yeah, that works. Anyway, let's see here. Samoa Joe Up to 139. Rusev. Move up to 39.
Wait, you jumped straight into the actual pay-per-view. You didn't do the pre-show, did you?
This is the pre-show.
Is it? Because I don't remember Joe having an interview in the pre-show.
He was in the social media lounge.
He was, yes. Well, is that what you were talking about?
Yes, it was the equivalent of an interview.
Fair enough.
It's close enough.
I suppose.
And then who am I forgetting here? Jinder Mahal.
Please. Thank you.
Don't hinder Jinder.
Apparently not. So that's 8, which puts him at 31. Okay, and then Lana. Whoa, pop up. And then Lana will get 3 showing up points. 30, 31. Okay. Is it said that Lana, a non-competitor, has the same amount of points as Jinder Mahal? Just saying. Anyway, following all of that, we do have our pre-show matchup, a tag team match playa, a cruiserweight tag team match playa featuring the team of Akira Tozawa and Rich Swann taking on the Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar. This is a pretty by-the-numbers cruiserweight match. The heels take control early on in the match, and keeping Swann grounded and isolated in their corner. But he manages to escape a roll-up and kick Dar on the side of the head, hot tag Tozawa, and the faces pretty much own the match from there out.
Yep.
There is some double teaming. There is double kicks to the head. There are double suicide dives. There is a suplex, and there is a 450 splash on Noam Dar by Rich Swann for the victory.
By the way, you'll also want to give promo points to Kendrick, Dar, and Alicia Fox.
Okay.
There was a promo before the match.
Okay.
It was actually kind of funny because Brian Kendrick obviously doesn't like anybody, and so he pisses off Alicia Fox and walks up, and Alicia screams out, he's like, "He stole my jacket! What the hell?" Because they have very similar looking jackets, except Kendrick's is white and hers is like black or something.
Uh-huh.
Kind of funny because they have like tassels on their shoulders and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And
All right.
Dart's like, "Calm down." And he says, "Okay." He's like, "He stole my jacket. He does not talk to me like that. I'm not crazy." That's what it was. He was like, because they were trying to sweet talk Kendrick, and he just kind of turns and then he looks at Alicia Fox. And he goes, "I don't do crazy," and walks off. She goes, "I'm not crazy, and don't steal my jacket." It was actually a pretty good promo bit.
Fair enough. Apparently not for the recap, or he didn't bother to write it down.
Oh, he's an idiot.
Anyway, moving along to the tag team match, as we were discussing.
Mm-hmm.
I awarded points for the promo accordingly. So we'll start off with the losers of Brian Kendrick and Noam Dar. They did not get any actual moves in, according to my scoring. So therefore, they're each going to get 8. This is a pay-per-view. 8, thank you for showing up points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got squashed.
Noam Dar. Here we go.
Apparently,
More
Noam
like
Dar.
no Windar.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Apparently, Noam Dar is still under the impression he's the one that bought the flowers for Alicia Fox, even though he knows he didn't.
No. And then I think he's trying to keep Alicia under that impression. So him and then Brian Kendrick. You get 8 points.
It was really Brian Kendrick.
That'd be funny.
All right. And then for the winners of the match, we'll go with Akira Tozawa first. That's it. Indeed. So Akira Tozawa gets himself 15 points for being on the winning team. He gets himself 8 points for competing, which is 23, and 2 points for his moves is 25 points to Akira Tozawa. 5, and then 9 is 164. Pushing Akira Tozawa into the top 10 for now.
Wow.
Yeah, until the end of this night.
Yeah, well, we'll get there. Meanwhile, Rich Swann. He's coming back, yo.
Can't handle this.
Can't handle it. So Rich Swann gets 30 points for winning a pay-per-view match.
Woohoo.
He gets 8 for competing, is 38 points. And Rich Swann hit 3 moves, is 41 points to Rich Swann. Puts Rich Swann at 91 points.
Okay.
All right. So, following that match, we go into the pay-per-view proper, Fastlane at 2017.
And thus ends the point where Jim gets points.
I get competition points for some people.
True.
He gets an appearance, right?
He gets a main event points for losing in 11 seconds.
15. That's the time code listed for the match on Wikipedia. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's what it says.
Fair enough. The match. Anyway, we kick off Fastlane.
Yes.
Oh, before we go to Fastlane, so I guess you don't remember we had this discussion immediately following Fastlane, Jim. Well, not immediately following, but after you guys did your recording and shit, and we talked. Or maybe it was on Monday after all. Anyway, during the, I think it was after the tag match, Sheamus and Cesaro came out and joined the panel. Now, normally we don't give points for that, but I convinced Jim to give promo points because effectively it was a promo. That's the only reason they came out, was basically to cut a promo about how pissed off Cesaro was.
To justify Cesaro having a match later in the night.
Gotcha.
Well, justify them both having a match the other night, but yeah, that's so it's not like they actually came out to do any kind of commentating or to discuss anything. It was just to talk about how they got shafted.
Sheamus didn't have a match.
They both had a match.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. Sheamus fucking buried Rusev.
No, Big Show beat Rusev.
Oh, that's right. Like 3 chokeslams and a fucking knockout punch that was unnecessary.
Yeah, Big Show beat the shit out of Rusev. Jinder Mahal got buried by Cesaro. Sheamus was just there.
Fair enough. But yeah, that's the whole reason they came out, was to do
so
that.
I will award the former tag champions promo points because of that setup. So we're making an exception this time.
You're
Not
welcome,
sure
Jeff.
if racist or
113 for Cesaro. And just, yeah, Cesaro was out. Cesaro on the panel had the crowd start chanting his name and shit. And then Sheamus tried to do it and he got booed.
But Sheamus is a face now, so he just laughed it off.
Yeah, and that's... And Cesaro's like, well, Sheamus may have gotten booed, but, we are still an effective tag team, and he sold it in part of the promo.
nice.
Yeah. I love that Sheamus is like such a baby face now because he just laughed out. He's like, I love you guys too.
Yeah. Well, it like I said, it's gonna be Sheamus's thing now. That's pretty much gonna be his thing for the rest of his career as a face.
Yeah.
It's that the crowd booing when he raises his hands is Sheamus's "You suck" during the theme music.
Yeah. Or at least for the duration of their partnership, it's kind of their tag team gimmick.
Yeah. Anyway, can I do Fastlane now?
Yes.
Okay. We open our program with Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn.
Joe is gonna kill you.
Pretty much.
Also, I would like to point out they called him the Samoan Submission Machine.
Good for them. And to their credit, he won with a coquina clutch. So.
Yeah. Well, the reason I mentioned that is because the last time we talked about Joe, I think it was you, Jim, mentioned that no one has actually called him the Samoan Submission Machine in WWE.
Fair enough. Also, we found out that despite main roster push or whatever, nobody cares what happened to Tyson Kidd because he tried to muscle buster Sammy.
Well, trying to do it and actually doing it are two different things. I think they said he could try for it as long as he never hits it. Like, I don't think anyone would complain if Seth Rollins tried to curb stomp someone as long as he never hits with the curb stomp.
So basically, it's the equivalent of the Randy Orton punt kick.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think he's connected with that move in like 8 years.
It's like the Shattered Dreams. Goldust will bust it out once in a while to tease it, but he'll never actually use it because it's a banned move.
I haven't even seen him tease it in years.
Well, he hasn't in a while, but
I don't worry about Seth Rollins with the curb stomp. I worry about him trying to powerbomb like the turnbuckle power bomb. That's what he's fucked up people with recently.
I also worry about a pedigree people with his knee.
Yeah. I worry about any powerbomb because he's ended Sting's career by powerbombing him into the turnbuckle.
Mm-hmm.
He's shaved about 6 to 8 months off of Finn Balor's career by powerbombing him into the barricade.
Mm-hmm.
He blew out his own knee trying to powerbomb Kane off a turnbuckle.
Yeah, he injured himself trying to do a powerbomb. I think he should just stop doing powerbombs.
Yeah, he should.
Because he obviously can't do it
In all fairness, Seth Rollins doesn't even have the bodily size to justify using a powerbomb. You're not Kevin Nash.
Rebuild, redesign, remove set.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do. They need to go into the editor and adjust his moveset and take power bombs and other lifting moves, or at least some lifting moves out of his moveset.
Yeah, he needs to be a striker.
He does. He needs to be. Like I said, Seth Strand, as much as they probably don't want to push him that way because the Miz is kind of already doing it. He needs a Jericho moveset.
Kind of, yeah.
He needs a moveset with fast moving stuff, impact moves. You know, maybe more impacted striking than Jericho uses. But like somewhere, he needs to be somewhere between Jericho and Dean Ambrose.
What they need to give him is the moveset of the guy they're trying to make him out to be.
Give him Triple H's moveset?
Yeah. When was the last... Have you ever seen Triple H pull out a powerbomb, honestly? Has Triple H ever powerbombed anybody?
No, but he likes to spinebuster the shit out of people, which is not far off.
True, but I mean, aside from that, does Triple H really do lifting moves? He's a striker. He's a brawler. He does like knee busters and face busters and pedigrees.
Yeah.
And then the spine buster because it's a signature move. But I would also point to you, Triple H's spine buster is better for the person receiving it because he does a kneeling spine buster, so he cushions the blow at the cost of his own knees.
True. So anyway, Sami Zayn gets choked out with the coquina clutch after getting assaulted and power slammed and other such things. Also, all due respect, okay, again, I use the recaps off of Raja.com. Eric Lynch of Raja.com. We need to get something clear here because you were confusing me for a while until I finally figured out what the hell you were talking about here. We need to get something clear. Okay, Samoa Joe does not use a Pele kick. That is AJ Styles' move. Samoa Joe uses a CCS Insiguri. Okay? Okay.
It was basically a Pele kick.
Well, whatever.
I can almost guarantee you that's probably where he learned it from. In TNA.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, so Sami Zayn is going to get 8 points for competing in this match. And he's going to get himself 2 points for moves is 10, and 3 points for an evasion when he escaped a move earlier. So that's going to be 13 points to Sami Zayn.
Woo.
He's going to put him at exactly 110.
Yay.
What, we're jumping around. Okay.
Joe is gonna kill you.
Yeah, you know, Samoa Joe is going to get 30 points for winning a pay-per-view match. 8 for competing in said match is 38, and 4 points for moves is 42 points to Samoa Joe. Which is, let's see, 39, so 40, 41, 181 for Samoa Joe. And Joe means the top 10.
Yeah. Best pick I made.
Pretty much. So following this, Bailey is interviewed backstage, talking about the match tonight. When Nia Jax interrupts and gets in her face, it says that, don't worry, because if Charlotte doesn't take the women's title from you, I will. So, promo Bailey and Nia. Bailey. There we go. 8 is 186, and Nia Jax down here somewheres is 115. Okay. So, after this, we go to the ring for the Tag Team Championship match, playa. Where the club defends their titles against Enzo and Cass. The heels dominate the opening of the match by beating up on Enzo until Big Cass finally gets a hot tag and starts cleaning house on them. They manage to hit a bada boom on Anderson, and Enzo goes for a pin, but Gallows breaks it up, then throws Cass into a barricade. Enzo splashes him over the top, taking him out. Back in the ring, Enzo gets back in, and Anderson hits a flying knee to the face on him for a victory. Enzo put his foot onto the bottom rope to break the pinfall, but Gallows ran ringside and knocked his foot off the rope before the ref could see it,
Nice.
allowing the club to retain the tag team championships. For now.
Yay! Yeah, they'll probably lose at WrestleMania.
So Enzo and Cass, we'll go with those guys first because they lost. So Enzo and Cass were each going to get 8 points, and they each did 2 moves, so 10 points each to Enzo and Cass. Pretty straightforward. Enzo goes to 137. Big Cass goes to 143. Okay. So we get to the back, and Mick Foley is again on speakerphone with Stephanie.
Hey, are you going to do the club's points?
Oh, yeah.
Asshole.
It's not a mistake, I swear.
John.
Probably.
Anyway, so let's see. Who got a pinfall? Was it Anderson? I think it was Anderson.
It was Anderson with the knee,
Yeah.
I thought you said.
A flying knee.
Yes, flying knee.
Which I assume is at least a signature move.
It was a signature. It's apparently a new finisher of his now. Apparently, if you win a match with a move, it automatically becomes a finisher. That's apparently the rules.
That's how Kelly got the
Okay,
roll
then.
up.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
So anyway, and it's actually not a flying knee. That was a misinterpretation because the move is actually a flying kick. It just looked like a knee.
Okay, then.
I double checked on that. I have to interpret the recapper to figure out what moves he's talking about some of the time.
So Carl Anderson's a common writer now?
Something like that. Yeah, he had
Writer
it.
kick.
Yeah, let me see. Hang on. Oh, he does have a hot Asian wife.
Yes, he does.
Yes, that is the what is we calling this here? It's the rocket kick. It's a running single leg front drop kick.
Okay, then.
So anyway, we'll do Lou Gallows first. He gets 15 points for being on the winning team. And Gallows did not actually have any moves. I'll give him 1 because I think he booted somebody at some point. I'll throw Gallows 1 point for a boot. So we'll say that's 8 for competing and 1 for the boot is 9, plus the 15 for the winning the match would be 24, and then a retention of the tag titles is an additional 15 points, is 34 and 5 is 39 points to Luke Gallows.
Fair enough.
39. Where's my calculator? 39. No. 9 is 121 points, Luke Gallows. Okay. Carl Anderson gets 30 points for winning the match, 15 for a title retention is 45, 8 for competing is 53, and he had 1 move with the running kick knee thing. So what did I say? 30, 45, 53, 54 points to Carl Anderson.
Okay, then.
79, 154 puts Carl Anderson at 133. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So following this match, Foley is on speakerphone with Stephanie in the back again, and she complains about her flight being delayed more. She demands that Mick Foley make sure that the championship matches all go off without a hitch tonight. And she insists on remaining on the phone with Mick for the remainder of the show so she can give him instructions if need be.
Okay, then.
Somebody says that they need to talk about Samoa Joe and asks if she's on speakerphone again. And Mick Foley says, no, you are, and it picks up the handset. No, non-existent promo points to Mick Foley. We then go to the next match, Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax.
All right, then.
Also, let's see, also known as, for the most part, a squash match and a lucky roll-up.
Right.
So Nia beats the crap out of Sasha, throws her around the ring, works on her lower back, puts her in a torture rack at one point. Sasha fights out into a guillotine choke and manages to apply a sleeper, but Nia threw her to the mat, speared her in the corner, but didn't get it all. Ate a DDT, but came back with a power slam and a running splash. Went for a Samoa drop, but Sasha got out and rolled her up with a bridging pin for the victory.
Do you guys know the story behind this match?
What is the story behind this match?
Well, it's a botched finish, number one.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, and this goes back to senile Vince can't make up his goddamn fucking mind and changes things at the 11th hour.
Okay.
But Sasha was supposed to win via bridge pin and then grabbing the ropes for leverage. And this was supposed to lead into her heel turn, because originally what their plan was for her to win that way so she'd win by cheating. And then she was going to come out and cost Bayley the title. That would go into their feud at WrestleMania, thus heel turning Sasha. But when the decision was made to face turn Sasha, my guess is they changed the finish, or they were going to go with the same finish and Sasha forgot to grab the ropes. Either way, she went over cleanly, stayed a face, and the finish looked a little wonky because of it. And that's why it became a lucky win by roll-up, because it was supposed to be a cheating win. That's why it looks a little weird, because it's supposed to be a heel win, which that's how a heel would win a match. And they didn't think to actually physically change the finish to make it more of a face finish. I think they just said, don't grab the ropes. And that's why it looks weird.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, it does make sense, because it was a lucky roll-up. Nia Jax still has leverage to say, you got lucky with a roll-up once. You still didn't actually pin. You still didn't actually, hold my shoulders to the mat and beat me with a full pinfall.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so Nia Jax is going to get 8 points for competing in this match and 3 for moves. And it's going to be 11 points to Nia. I'm just going to put her at 126. And then Sasha's going to get 30 points for winning, and 8 for competing is 38. And Sasha had just the evasion escape out of that submission hold. So that is going to, say 38. We're going to put her at 41 points to Sasha.
Woohoo.
Yes. 91, 01, 11, 21, 122.
Because admitted, if she had won by grabbing the ropes, that would have made that finish would have made a lot more sense, right?
Yeah.
John, what do you think?
Probably.
But no, that's a Vince McMahon finish that we saw.
Yeah.
That's the explanation for everything in WWE, ladies and gentlemen. If there's a wonky finish, it's 90% chance it's a Vince McMahon finish.
Could be.
So moving on to the next match.
Indeed. So the next matchup on the list. Well, first of all, next Jinder Mahal and Rusev come out to the ring. Lana is in tow. Because they each have singles matches and they each want to have their match first. They begin fighting about this, which leads to Jinder hitting Rusev with a running knee to the face, giving Jinder the chance to compete first. And Jinder finds out shortly after this that his opponent for the evening is the Swiss Superman Cesaro, who comes out to much applause along with his partner Sheamus.
Fella!
Pretty much. So Jinder gets in a lot of offense on Cesaro until Cesaro manages to hit a forearm to the face and take control. and then pretty much just beats the crap out of Jinder for the rest of the match.
Actually, this was a pretty decent match. It was surprisingly so, anyway, in my opinion. I was like, number one, I had to root for Jinder because Jinder's on my roster, but I was actually surprised at how much back and forth there was and how even the match appeared to be until like the closing moments. I was like, okay, I thought Jinder would just get squashed, but they actually had him fight and made him seem like a viable almost winner. He almost won. He came pretty close.
Yeah, he managed to hit to start working on Cesaro's lower back. Which again, no, because we didn't just do that last match. Why would we bother to change it up? But Cesaro gets control back again. Cesaro hits a 619.
Swiss 19.
Swiss 19. Sorry.
Have you seen him do that, John?
Yeah.
Have you seen the setup for he literally rips off Rey Mysterio? Because he goes, dial it up. I'm like, oh my God, no. No. Just do the move. Don't do the dial it up. Fuck you, Cesaro.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what Rey did. He would go or I think earlier on when he did it back in like Prime, didn't he used to do the dial it up thing? Because I remember him doing that.
I remember, God, I want to say it was Michael Cole would always say that when he did the move.
Dial it up 619. But yeah, Cesaro does dial it up. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I think it was the commentators that said it and not him.
Fair enough.
I think Brooks right. But anyway. So Cesaro takes control back, hits a 619 and a crossbody. Rusev then gets back to his feet after getting attacked before the match and distracts Jinder, which allows Cesaro to uppercut him for the win. Rusev then beats down Jinder and hits a big boot that sends him to the floor. So Jinder Mahal lost this match, so he will get 8 points for competing, 1 for the move that he hit on Rusev before it. It's 9 points to Jinder.
Did you give them out of match assault for prior to the match?
All right, 13 to Jinder. It's 44 points.
Okay. Points to Rusev because he interfered.
It is, yep. So 6 points to Rusev.
Plus.
Hang on. 45, okay.
Plus. The out of match assault points, Dibby.
Oh, okay. 49.
All right.
Technically, the kick is a move, so that's 50.
Okay. You're welcome, John.
Machka.
Anyway, so after all that goes down, Rusev finds out that his opponent for the night is the Big Show.
You gonna give John more points, or are you just gonna stiff him points?
For who?
Cesaro. He never did Cesaro's points.
Oh, wow.
See, even he didn't notice. He doesn't care.
Yeah, you usually do. I forgot you did. You usually do winners second.
And the winners last, which makes sense because they usually have them. Well, they have the most points because they won.
Yeah. So Cesaro gets 30 points for winning a pay-per-view match, 8 for competing in said pay-per-view match. Is 38, and 4 moves is 42 points to Cesaro. 2 puts him at 155 and the top 10
for now.
So Big Show comes out to fight Rusev.
Well, it's the Big Show.
And Big Show throws a ton of moves at him. Rusev manages to counter by taking Show's knee out a couple of times, kicking him in the head a bunch and attempting to apply an accolade, but he can't get it locked in, and Big Show powers out, chokeslams him, then chokeslams him again, then by fan demand chokeslams him again, and then sits him in the corner and knockout punches him.
Just because.
Pretty much. So, Rusev lost that match. So
by a fair margin, yes.
Yeah, so Rusev is going to get 8 plus 4 points for competing is 12 points Rusev.
Now, Rusev lost that match pretty much after the second chokeslam.
Yeah. So that becomes 62 for Rusev, and Lana will get accompaniment points.
Rusev got Machka'd.
He did. Let's see. So Big Show is going to get himself, let's see here. Big Show is going to get 30 points for winning a pay-per-view match. He's going to get 8 points for competing in that match. He's going to get another 8 points for all the moves that he hit. So it's 30 plus 16 is 46. And then 3 moves for escaping the accolade is 49 points to the Big Show.
Woohoo.
49 is, let's see, that's 99 plus 4 is 103.
Did either of you see the post-event interview with the Big Show?
I did not.
So, I think it was a WWE interview where they interviewed him about why he did what he did, blah, blah, blah.
You mean why he wrestled the match that he was contractually obligated to wrestle?
I think he means like doing so many finishers.
Why he chokeslammed him 3 times and then felt the need to take a corpse into the corner and punch it in the face. But Big Show came up with, and I'm fairly certain he came up with this, like it was kind of a shoot promo. Probably one of the best, if not the best, catchphrase I've heard in years.
Okay.
He turns around and he's basically, he cuts the promo like he's this, like he's basically out to hurt people, blah blah blah, kind of hyping himself up and talking about, you know, if Shaq doesn't show up, then I need someone to fight, and I'm trying to show the WWE and the WWE universe I'm ready. I'm in the best shape of my life, and I only have like a year left, so I want to fight someone. But when they ask him about the punch, he goes, I kissed the fist and sent him into the abyss. I'm like, that's a fucking good line.
I like it.
That needs to be a Big Show shirt. The front you say kiss the fist, on the back says send him to the abyss. I was like, holy shit, that was really good. Good work, Big Show. That's a great line. Now convince WWE to market it.
Now, the question to ask ourselves is, what's the over-under on this week's taping of Abyss coming out of TNA and going, I don't know what he's talking about. I didn't see any of these guys.
So that's code for they're going to fire Rusev and he's going to TNA.
Yes. He could join Jack Swagger.
Yes.
Well, given the fact that the rumor is Rusev's severely in the doghouse right now over various things, but the most recent one being some tweet that he put out, it wouldn't surprise me if he gets future endeavored because no one likes him.
Could be. Could be. We shall see. Yes, by the way, we'll cover this in the news on Saturday. But yeah, apparently Jack Swagger got pulled from that supposed match against Alberto Del Rio. He was going to wrestle at that British event because, oh, by the way, yeah, you're still contractually tied to the WWE, you idiot.
Yeah. And even if you weren't, 90-day no-compete clause, you idiot.
That too. Anyway. So we cut to the back where Kevin Owens does an interview where he runs down a list of all the people that he's beaten and points out that Goldberg has only beaten Brock Lesnar, so his list is longer.
Well, in the WWE, maybe.
Yeah. So Kevin Owens gets promo points. Yay!
Well, if you're counting WCW, I'm pretty sure then Owens would just start counting the indies.
Yeah, at that point.
I'm pretty sure the people Goldberg beat in WCW trumps anyone Owens has ever beaten in the indies.
I don't know about that. Let's see. People Owens has probably beaten in the indies. Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, probably Shinsuke Nakamura.
He killed El Generico.
Yeah, he murdered El Generico. Among many other things. Anyway. Also, I point out that he showed up on day one and beat John Cena, the guy who beat Brock. So therefore, I think that makes his victory, that makes him better than Goldberg's victory over just Brock, because Cena already did that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we go back to the ring. And it is time for the Cruiserweight Championship match, playa.
Match of the night.
I missed a large portion of this match.
This match was fucking phenomenal. It was a clinic.
Yeah, I heard it was super good.
It was so good. And credit to Neville, because I never really saw it coming, because I never thought he'd pull it out, because they went out of his way. They went out of their way to have him not use the move. And at the 11th hour, Neville's like, fuck it, Red Arrow. And you're like, holy shit. And he does it flush. It is so pretty. You're just like, wow. And I like the way he lands it. I've never seen him land it this way before. He hit it and does a handspring vault to his feet. I'm like, the fuck? Like, it was such a beautiful move. I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And credit to Gallagher. Did you see the match, John?
No.
He has Neville up on the turnbuckle at one point,
Mhm.
and he comes there and headbutts him. And when he does it, you just hear this crack, and you're just like, "Oh God, I think he just brained Neville."
That's what it sounded like. It was a hard shot.
And Cole's like, "Did you hear that?"
Then they showed a replay.
And then they showed a replay, complete with sound, so you could hear it again.
Yep.
But yeah, oh, it was a beautiful match, and they credit to the commentating team too. They helped make this match what it was, because they kept talking about how Neville was acting smart, because being a high flyer is not in Jack Gallagher's wheelhouse. That's why Neville kept going out of the ring, because he knew Jack Gallagher would never attack him out there, because he doesn't do the suicide dive shit. Halfway through the match, fucking suicide dive. You're like, wait, what?
Huh.
It's just, yeah, because of the way they built things up in this match, and the way the two told the story in the match, which is not something a lot of wrestlers do these days. When they pulled out specific moves, you never really saw it coming, because they built it the other way. It was such a good match.
Indeed. I'll have to go back and rewatch it.
Yes, you will.
But anyway, so following all those amazing moves, Neville does seal a victory with a red arrow.
Yes, he does.
So Neville does retain the Cruiserweight Championship.
Woo! Hail
Indeed.
to the king, baby.
Indeed. So we'll start off with Jack Gallagher, who does get 8 points for competing in this match, and receive 4 points for moves. So 12 points to Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Which is 5, 6, 7, 267. And then Neville is going to get himself, let's see here. Let me go to my other document here. What is a Cruiserweight retention worth these days? That would be equivalent to a mid-card, so 20 points on that. So 20 points for a retention and 30 points for a pay-per-view match win is 50 points. Plus 8 for Neville competing in the match is 58 points. Plus 7 points for moves is, let's see, 65. And 3 for an evasion of a running kick in the corner at one point is, let's say, 58, and then 365, and then is 68 points. Neville.
Woo.
88 is 88, and then 7 puts him up at 195. And the top 10.
Bow down to the king of the cruiserweights.
I swear every match has put someone in the top 10.
So far, for the most part.
Pretty much.
Except for the tag team, because the club suck. So following this, we cut backstage for a surprise guest appearance of the Advocate for the Beast Incarnate, the Conqueror, Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman.
Grandpa.
He does an interview where he's talking about his client has the right to be here tonight at Fastlane, but doesn't say whether he will be or not. He says, no matter who wins tonight, my client is the real winner, because either my client will win the Universal Championship from Goldberg at WrestleMania, or he'll watch how Owens beats Goldberg tonight so he can do the same thing to him at WrestleMania. Either way, tonight is a win for my client, Brock Lesnar.
Pretty much.
So promo points to Paul Heyman.
Yes.
Paul Riss.
Paul Riss.
Oh, that's 4 is 24 for Paul Riss. Okay. So following this, it's a new day. Yes, it is.
With the biggest troll face move I've ever seen.
Oh, yes. So, John, did you see this?
No.
Okay. So the New Day come out to the ring. Kobe has a giant ass umbrella. A big yellow one with New Day shit on it. And he holds it in front of them and spins it around to hide something that's coming out. And after doing so, after they get set up on the stage, he pulls the umbrella away to reveal the official New Day ice cream cart, which is very brightly colored. It has ice cream bars on it that are cartoonily drawn in the shape of their faces. There's a Biggie blue one, there's a purple Kofi one, and a green Xavier one. Pinkish purple lavender Kofi one, and an Xavier green one. And it's all decorated. It's like an old school, like a push cart, the old kind.
Right.
And it's just brightly colored, and it's beautiful, and they hug it, and they kiss it, and they love it, and they announce this is the official New Day ice cream cart, and that with the fan support, keep supporting us, keep pushing us, there will be New Day ice cream. There's also a unicorn bar. And they come to the bottom of the ramp, and they talk about being the hosts of WrestleMania, how they're going to bring New Day ice cream to WrestleMania, everything else. And Xavier, I don't remember the exact comment that is made, but Xavier makes a comment about, voices that, push them to do this. And I don't know if this is scripted. I don't know what happened here. But after Xavier says this line, Big E just, for no apparent reason, begins singing Randy Orton's theme music. I hear voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me. And Kobe, they're looking like, Biggie, are you okay, Biggie? Are you all right? And Biggie was kind of acting weird during this whole promo. I don't know what happened. But they promote the ice cream. They promote being WrestleMania hosts. And it's all good.
Something in that ice cream.
Yes. Yeah, apparently. Although Kofi takes some. I believe it was either this or on Raw, I can't remember which. But Kofi does debut the catchphrase for the ice cream, but I don't remember what it was. there is a catchphrase to the ice cream, much like all of their products.
Did they steal the ice cream recipe from Bray Wyatt? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Orton burned down the ice cream factory.
There you go.
Yeah, and the ice cream cart in question is not just like it's a cart, but it's not a cart that you push. It's a cart with a bike attached to the back, so you can actually drive it around, which is amazing.
Old school, old school.
It is. You're talking about how amazing the bike is.
But yeah, I thought that was an incredibly troll face move, especially when Uncle Cole's like, "Wait, it can't be? They actually have ice cream bars now?" And it's like troll face.
Pretty much. Good times, good times. So they debut their bike and encourage the fans to, basically support them so that they can bring New Day ice cream to the masses.
By the way, if New Day ice cream bars become a thing, an actual thing, I fully expect CM Punk to do a shoot promo on like YouTube or something. Or like on an interview. Like, what the hell? They get ice cream bars, but I don't? Come on now. Anyway, moving on. Jim, hello.
Yes. So, the New Day get promo points.
Yes.
Also, for after we're done recording, John, here is the New Day ice cream bike promo.
Okay.
You can look at the still image to get an idea.
Did you send it to him in Skype or something?
I sent it to him in Skype.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so the New Day all get promo points. So we'll start at the top. Big E goes to 108. And Kofi goes to 88. And Xavier goes to 84. Okay. So, following the New Day's promo, we then go to our next match, which is Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman.
Another solid match.
The Big Dog versus the Monster. This was a surprisingly good match. I didn't expect it to be that good, but it did what it needed to do. They beat each other up. Braun showed off his strength. Roman showed off cutting by avoiding Braun and making him run into things. And throwing ridiculous amounts of Superman punches. And by the time the whole thing was over, Roman Reigns managed to pull out a victory after hitting 3 Superman punches in a row and then a spear. And a spear after, for some reason, Braun Strowman goes up to the top rope and tries to do a diving move. I shit you not.
The impressive thing about that is, as the commentators pointed out, Roman Reigns was in the middle of the fucking ring. And Braun Strowman actually manages to jump that far. He misses, of course, because Roman rolls out of the way. But apparently Braun Strowman can jump from the top rope to the middle of the ring.
Apparently.
That is fucking impressive and scary as shit.
Indeed.
This was a good match. Strowman pulled out a bunch of shit. You're just like, wow.
Yes, there was Strowman did a lot of things you didn't expect. There, like so that top rope move, some spears and stuff. There was that nice running power slam through the announce table. That was a good move. Lots of good things.
This match becomes even more impressive with the revelation that this was a Vince McMahon finish.
Was it?
Strowman was supposed to win.
Ah.
But 11th hour, Big Dog wins.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's impressive this match was as good as it was, considering it was the Vince McMahon finish.
Indeed. So, Strowman is going to get 8 points for competing in this match. And he's going to get, let's see. So 3 points for moves is 11. And then he had 9 points for evasions of moves is 20. And I'm going to give him 5 points for an OMG for a power slam through the announce table. So it's going to be 25 points to Braun Strowman. Which is going to put him at 198. Roman Reigns won the match, so he'll get 30 points for winning a match. He's going to get 10 points for moves is 40. 8 points for competing in the match is 48. And 3 for an evasion is 51 points, Roman Reigns.
Pay-per-view?
What do you mean?
Did he get pay-per-view match points?
Yes, that's why it's 8 and not 5.
Fair enough.
Don't question my point values.
Well, you're the one winning. I question all the point values.
Anyway, as I said, 30 plus 10 is 40. 8 for competing is 48. And 3 is 51 points to the Big Dog.
Alrighty then.
He is 61. And puts him at 167 and the top 10. Backstage, McFoley informs Samoa Joe that if he gets involved in Kevin Owens' match tonight, there was going to be hell to pay. Oh, I'm going to give a mini promo to Samoa Joe.
Okay.
184. Okay. Following this, we go to the ring for the WWE Raw Women's Championship match, Bayley versus Charlotte. Before the match, Charlotte orders Dana Brooke, who accompanied her, to return to the backstage area to make this a fair one-on-one match. But Dana Brooke gets still a company here, so I'm going to give a company of points to Dana Brooke.
Yay. Thank you for taking pity on the loser.
So that's 5. Yeah, 5. So that's going to be 24 points for Dana Brooke. So Bayley and Charlotte have their back and forth match. It's a decent match.
It was okay.
Bayley has control for a large part of it. There's a part where Charlotte goes back with the natural selection and is controlling it until until Sasha Banks again makes her presence known to Charlotte and distracts her, which leads to Bayley hitting one Bayley to Bayley on the floor and then another in the ring for the win. So interference points to Sasha, rather. That's 6. Points her at 128. And then Charlotte competed in the match. So Charlotte will get 8 points for competing in this match. 1 for the natural selection is 9. 9 points, Charlotte. Bayley is going to get 30 points for winning a pay-per-view match. She is going to get another 25 points for a retention of her women's title, is 55 points. She's going to get 8 points for competing in that match, which is going to put her up to 63. And then she had 5 moves, which is going to give Bayley 68 points.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
What?
The amount of points that she got. Damn.
254 to Bayley.
God damn.
Hey, what's Bailey?
And Bayley just came 10 points under Bray Wyatt, still the leader.
Yay, Raw being scored first. Maybe.
Yeah. So Bayley does, of course, retain the championship. So props to Bayley. We're then going to go to our main event of Kevin Owens defending the Universal Championship against Goldberg.
Goldberg.
So they of course come out to the ring, and Kevin Owens slides out of the ring, walking around the ring outside, psyching himself up for the match. Runs some circles around, psychs himself up, gets back in the ring, then jumps back out again, keeps psyching himself up. Walking around, finally gets in the ring, starts getting Goldberg, yells at the ref, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell. This is about 4 times to ring the bell.
We surmised there was a botch here.
Yeah. So just before the bell rings, Chris Jericho's music hits, and Owens is momentarily distracted. The bell rings just after this, and Owens turns around into a spear. As Jericho stands on the ramp and grins, Owens then eats a jackhammer, and Goldberg becomes the new WWE Universal Champion. We surmise there was a botch here because we think that the timekeeper botched, because we think the bell was supposed to ring and then Jericho's music was supposed to hit. But the timekeeper didn't ring the bell, so they had to hit Jericho's music, which must have somehow made the timekeeper go, oh shit, I was supposed to ring the bell, and then ring the bell. Because it makes no sense for Jericho to come out before the bell has rung to distract Owens. It would have made more sense if the bell rang and then the distraction hit. So there was a timing watch here. But
and that would also explain why Kevin Owens yelled at the timekeeper to ring the bell like 4 fucking times.
Yeah.
It's like, bell guy, how do you not notice the big bearded fat man yelling in your face?
Yeah. But anyway, so let's see here. So Kevin Owens gets 8 points for competing in the match. He gets 4 points for this being the main event, which puts him at, 8, and that's 12. And that's about it. So 12 points to Kevin Owens. Would be 162 for KO.
If it makes you feel any better, you get interference points for Jericho.
I do. Chris Jericho gets 6 interference points.
Break the walls down.
Which is going to be 4 points, about 132. And of course, last but not least, Bill Goldberg is going to get himself 50 points for winning the WWE Universal Championship. He's going to get 30 for winning a match is 80. He is going to get 9 points for that being the main event, which is going to put him at the 80, puts him at 88. He's going to get another 9 points for being in and winning the main event, which is going to push him up to 97. And then he's going to get 2 points for his moves, which is going to give Bill Goldberg 99 points.
Damn.
Which plus his existing 16 is 109. And then the 6 puts Bill Goldberg at 115.
Damn.
Not in the top 10, but still a very nice point showing.
Indeed.
Oh, shit. I just realized something. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's go to the scores. Refresh all. Okay. What do we got? So. Well, you're still losing by not by nearly as much.
What?
It's because of Bailey. You got screwed by Bailey.
Fuck. Fucking Vince.
You got screwed by Bailey and the tag title retention. No, you have those
No,
guys.
I have the tag titles.
No, I forgot you guys swapped tag champions.
Fucking Vince. If you'd have gone with the original plan, I would have had the women's title too.
So either way, still in the lead is the Certified Jerichoholic at 27-68. In second is the Hug Life at 25-84. And in third is the ROS at 22-34.
That'll teach me to advocate for John.
That will teach you to advocate for John.
That's okay. Come Saturday, I get another title retention.
You do. You do.
Bow down to the king.
Yep. All right.
I did get a whole bucket load of points, though.
You did.
Yeah.
I mean, let's figure, just looking at that, so you went from 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, you got
Over
400
points. Jeez.
You did. You did.
John got close, so he got like 300 points. That's the
Yeah.
only reason he's up there. How the hell did you get almost as many points as I did? What the fuck?
I had winners. I just didn't get many titles.
Yeah, he didn't get titles, but he had, like I said, Bailey had a retention, which was his big point getter. He had all the points that Braun Strowman earned in the match against Roman Reigns, even though he didn't win.
Show one.
Yeah, he got all of Big Show's win points.
Cesaro, I think.
He got Cesaro's win points. Yeah, he got all the shitty impromptu matches that came out of nowhere. He got all the points for it.
Yeah.
Sasha won. Basically, he won all the non-title matches.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened.
Fair enough.
And he got about half a win for the pre-show.
Fair enough.
So, scores are there. And then the hilarious thing that I noticed, let's go back over here for a second and check this shit out. Calculating it. In the lead, number one, gentleman Jack Gallagher.
Oh,
What?
By 3 fucking points ahead of Bray Wyatt.
Wow. I have the last 4 slots of the top 10. Jesus Christ.
You do. You have the last 4, then he has 3, and then I have the top 2. How nice and orderly is that? And actually, no, Akira Tozawa was the last one. I have it.
Oh, that's true.
But you still have 4 in a row. It's nice and orderly.
Roman, John, Joe, and Joe just shot the fuck up. Holy crap.
He did.
I guess
So-
it pays to suck Triple H's cock, huh?
And when we know this, that's the reason why Seth Rollins was the number 1 guy in the preseason, I think, if that was the time frame of that. If not, it was he was the number 1 guy for way before we started doing this.
And Neville shot up with that retention, and he's about to take the number 4 spot on Monday or on Saturday when we do Raw for another title retention.
Yep. So, gentleman Jack Gallagher in the lead at 267, followed closely by the WWE World Champion Bray Wyatt, the Euro World, at 264, who is 10 points ahead of the Raw Women's Champion Bayley at 254 off of her title retention, followed by AJ Styles holding strong at 198, tied with the monster Braun Strowman off of his appearance. Followed
That's
by
going to change come SmackDown.
Followed by the Cruiserweight Champion Neville off of his retention at 195.
The
Samoa
King.
Joe off of victory over Sami Zayn at 184. John Cena still holding strong at 169. Followed by the big dog Roman Reigns off of... He beat Strowman, and Strowman's still way ahead of him. That's hilarious. Roman Reigns at 167, and just barely edging out Akira Tozawa by 3 points, who is at 164.
That's because Strowman's been winning all his matches and Reigns has been losing all of his.
That's true.
But that's going to change because
And if we are counting AJ and Braun as being tied into one slot, then Kevin Owens would just barely still squeak into the top 10 at 162.
But that's going to change because Roman Reigns is now getting geared up for WrestleMania going against Undertaker, so they may want him to be strong.
Perhaps.
And hopefully they'll have something for Joe at WrestleMania because right now it's up in the air whether Joe is going to have anything to do at WrestleMania.
Yep.
And going into WrestleMania, Cena's going to get a huge boost in points because they're probably going to win at WrestleMania, so I'll get win points for that. And then I'll get, I guess, promo points for the proposal. We count that as a promo, right, John? Right, Jim?
What proposal?
John Cena's proposal to Nikki Bella.
Wait, I didn't see SmackDown. Remember that happened?
No, at the pay-per-view. That was the plan. That's why they wanted to do that tag match because after they win, Cena was going to propose to her.
That's the rumor, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Or
a
was it
rumor. That's not confirmed. Don't substantiate rumors.
Well, I'm saying
If
if they
he-
do that, that would count as promo points. Would that not?
It depends
No,
on if they grab mics and do it over mic.
No, it'd be OMG points.
Ha!
I would approve of this.
Fair enough.
Once in a lifetime.
Indeed. Anyway, so that
Well,
is
given the remarks that Miz made to Cena about how not real Cena and Nikki Bella's relationship is, it would not surprise me in the least if that's what they're going with, if he's going to propose to her after they win, just to say, fuck you, Miz, our relationship is real.
That's probably the nicest thing you said to him, given talking smack.
True. True.
yeah.
But we'll get to that in a couple of days.
Still nicer than what AJ Styles said to Shane McMahon.
AJ Styles didn't say anything to Shane McMahon. He tried to kick his ass.
Exactly.
And then Mr. Shake, Rattle, and Roll had to shake, rattle, and roll AJ out of the building. So
All
we'll get
right.
him out of here.
Well, that is our program. This has been the scoring of Fastlane. Fastlane was overall a decent pay-per-view. Good matches.
Fastlane is thus far my favorite pay-per-view of this year. It's for me, it was a solid card top to bottom. I don't think there was a bad match on the actual card.
Yeah, I
Hell.
agree with that.
Hell, I don't think the pre-show was a bad match either. That tag match I think was decent.
Yeah, mostly title retentions, but we did get the big one change over to Goldberg, of course, so that's a big deal.
Now, if you're going strictly based on match, yeah, the Goldberg match was terrible because it wasn't even a match. However, storytelling, it was a story match, so therefore I give it kind of a buy.
Pretty much.
How do you feel,
Oh.
John?
Yeah, what do you think, John?
Don't know.
Because you didn't see it, huh?
I didn't see it.
Fair enough. Well, this has been Fastlane. We will see you on Saturday night, per the usual, for our regular weekly scoring of things, news, other good stuff like that there.
Woohoo.
And, yeah, we'll see you then.
Bye, everybody.